So all of those rules will be read to delegates at the conference. There is no one who's going to book delegates into any hotel. Delegates are going to sleep in a hotel booked and paid for by the EFF. When they leave the hotel booked by the EFF, they get into a shuttle booked by the EFF. No one outside that hotel, who slept outside that hotel, will get into a shuttle of the EFF. And delegates will have access to the conference through the shuttle of the EFF. If you come outside the shuttle of the EFF, then there should be an explanation. It means you are misbehaving. Because I know these things of conferences. People book hotels, buy alcohol, steal delegates and dump them there and give them a different discipline. We can't allow that. Okay, if we pay this hotel, when you go and sleep in a hotel of a faction, what happens to this man of the EFF now? What must happen to this man of the EFF? We can't allow that. So there's no, even going into 2026 elections, there's nothing at all. What we are doing now, we did guidelines for election of what candidates. And we then put in the guidelines, which it will now be official by the NPA, that if the national officials are not satisfied with a candidate, they've got a right to remove that candidate. Because the candidates buy people alcohol on that day of nomination of the candidate. And then they get elected. But these are not community activists. This person is a common drunkard who pees publicly there. He's known. A drunkard. Then they say, this must be a candidate. And then you lose elections that you must win. You ask yourself how? You had a wrong candidate. And you have no mechanism to correct that. This thing that the chairpersons of branches and secretaries of branches and regions think that it is automatic to become a candidate. It's not. We can even go and fetch a pastor in your ward who's well respected, who aligns with the EFF, who joins the EFF. We say, no, we want this pastor to come. We want this principal to come. We want this teacher to come. Because the wards must be led by community activists, not by factionalists who are the best in lobby and then lazy in doing the actual work. Like in Tswane now, after this, we are going to interview the potential MMCs. And you know what we are going to do? I was telling Leanne this morning. We are going to record the interviews on video for EFF archives. So that when these people don't make it, they don't speak nonsense about the EFF. You speak nonsense, we release the video. Or here's the person who says, now we didn't appoint him because we don't want him. Here's the interview of the person. Yeah. We need to start recording these people. Because they go out there and speak very bad about the organization as if they are the best. But they are not the best. They are the best factionalists who have no clue, none whatsoever, in what they want to do. They say they want to be MMCs or finance of this. We ask him a simple thing. What is the budget of Ikurlane? I agree you came here. You are being proposed as MMC of finance. You come to an interview. A simple thing of knowing the budget. Even if you are not exact, just around, this much. Some of these people we had not appointed in Johannesburg. And I was not head of GTU at the time. Some of the people we refused to appoint on the positions of MMCs could not tell us what does JMPD stands for. But you want to be an MMC of public safety. And when we don't appoint, we get spoken bad about, and we have nothing to back ourselves up. This is the person who says he wants to be a leader. In the EFF, you can lead. If it's fine, you are lobbying, you're doing what? Democracy. That is not, that's a deployment. There must be a different criteria. And that's what we are doing, because we are serious about service delivery. Not about factionalism, not about who support who. We're not interested in that. We're interested in, do you know what you want to get yourself into? Do you have an appreciation of what this animal is? Thank you.
No, thank you very much. The other questions that we have to emphatically clarify is that the Constitution does not provide for an elective conference, and that is not a mistake. It's not going to be an elective conference that is going to be convened immediately. So those who join must not anticipate that they are going to master factionalism or constitutional factions for conference. There's no conference coming. And when we account, we did say we're going to account to the Council of Traditional and Religious Leaders. We even have far much larger constituencies than a conference can ever give. Yes. So there is a base where we're going to account. We're not going to just operate as ourselves. There's somewhere where we're going to account to religious leaders and the churches and to traditional leaders who have got constituencies. So there's somewhere where we're going to account as the leadership of unqualified. So there's no confusion. Elective conference is not going to happen even at the sub-regional level, at the regional level. So this thing of gatekeeping as well does not help. So you might as well allow people to join in their numbers, because it doesn't help with anything if you keep people outside.
No, thank you very much, the Chair, and the leadership, and the membership, and all of those who are here, and the ones who can lead our school, and answer the middle of the week. No, I'm just commenting on the small little things. Not big. Particularly because there is a question why this organization is not going to have conferences as all political parties are doing. Firstly, I have not understood conferences. What at the moment I understand, and we agreed with our leaders and members, is that we will meet, not conferences of elections, in what is called consultative conference, where we'll be consulting about our work and looking at whatever we've done, are we doing well, what are the shortcomings, etc., and then take decisions. What then is the next? So consultative, yes. As we always meet, we'll also love that our provinces come where we are all together to discuss where the organization is, what next we need to do to better our activities, etc., etc., etc. I have not seen these days, in particular, anything that is better in our conferences that we've been having. And we've asked the question, what is it that is more important for us to have conferences, what are they called? elective conference. Why must we keep on electing? We call it democracy. But I'm sure all of you know that today, those who win are those who have the money. Is that consulted? Is that democracy? You know that there are presidents who are president today because they had all the money, but they can't do the presidency or do anything that is presidential. No, that's true. It has become a business, not even a proper business, corrupt business, where people take money, pay to elect so and so. One of the things that those who are behind those who have money have done, if you get elected, they think you are not doing what they want. They then give money to your comrades without you knowing, that pay people to be able to have so and so become a leader. So we have leaders who are not the leaders of the membership, but the leaders that have been elected by bought people with money. I don't think there is any democracy that we're talking about. And we know it because we have suffered. Maybe many of you have not. But some of us have, as political parties. There are people who are leading who are not supposed, who are not meant to be leaders. They don't even know how to lead. But because of the money, they are. I just wanted to clarify this. You should know it's a well thought out decision. We want, in the first instance, I don't understand why, if there is a leader who is leading very well, doing everything, he must be taken out. You bring somebody who is directed from somewhere, even outside of the country. I don't think we should be so blind not to see that. It's a simple thing. Agreed? Journalists agreed? Thank you very much.